Hi YouTube! Today we're going to be talking about Microsoft Hub and the Insider program. So let's start by opening up Hub. Now this feature is mainly with Windows 10. I do not think it is with any other version of Windows. So I guess this is one of the main advantages of being part of the Microsoft Insider program. Also, the other thing is, if you notice down by where my mouse is, it says Windows 10 Pro Insider Preview. And it's basically a special Insider Preview version of Windows 10 with new features and new things they're trying out. So basically, you get to be a beta tester. And if you want to do that, and if you would like to, if my computer will decide to actually run and not be super spazzy. Here we go, ignoring the sitar music. If you go to Google and you Google in SID yes, and you Google Windows Insider, it'll take you, and you'll probably be the first link that comes up, which is this one here, the insider.windows.com. You know, and you'll get started, and you can set up an account with your Microsoft account and all that fun stuff, and you can be registered and get special betas, testing versions of Windows 10, so on and so forth. But going back to the Feedback Hub, which is one of the main features of the Insider Preview of Windows 10, so here, the Feedback Hub, so, you know, they have things about the new version, the latest build of Windows 10, so I don't exactly, and things particularly pertaining to you, or I should say to me, so, yeah, magical swag stuff. So there's your home. So you can sort through new posts that people have recommended. You can, and if you really like it, you can upvote them, which is basically like liking them. So if you think that we need a taskbar network icon, which I would say we kind of do. You know, you read the little blurb that says, I'm connected via Wi-Fi, but see a network connection icon for a wired connector with a red cross through it. Or you could go network icon. Looks like we need a lot of network iconing. Ah, this one's a good one down here. Please add a task calendar. So if you like it, upvote it, which I did, which I think we kind of need to. Should be something that works. So 322. So we took it from 3211 to 322, which is basically kind of like liking. Then they have, here we go. We have announcements. So normally about known issues, about the latest build and other announcements that they have. Build preview. Let's see if there's anything else. Made by you, introducing feedback, blah blah blah. Talk about, you know, different things, different features, about the new build, so on and so forth. A lot of things about the latest build. You know, they'll have alerts, no real alerts right now. They have quests, which we'll swing by and back to with quests. You can see I've completed some quests so far. And then they have, at the last, they have your special little insider hub you go. So, and they even give you new stats, so on and so forth. So you got your feedback. you know, oh yeah, cool, people have upvoted me, you know, Windows 10 feedback, so on and so forth. Yeah, that needs to be updated. That's kind of running a little bit behind. And then they have quests. And again, we're going to get back to quests. So 3 quests completed. This is what I've done, and 3 quests completed on this device. So that's what I've done so far. And they have achievements. Now, this one's a fun one. Now, the achievements are probably the best part of the Feedback Hub, which is the best part of the Windows 10 Insider Preview thing. And you basically, they're kind of like the badges you can earn in Khan Academy, except instead of math, it's doing things for Windows 10. So if you click on them, it says what you had to do. So I had to complete 1 quest to earn this little badge here. There's another one. I had to submit 1 post. Become an insider. You'll get that one basically automatically. And this one I haven't earned. So if I complete 10 quests, so I had 3 so far, I will earn that badge. You know, and they have other things about getting, you know, upvoted, so on and so forth. Now, quests are new things that Microsoft wants to try in Windows, or at least this particular build of Windows. And if you basically, they'll give you different things, and they'll tell you new things they want to try. Like this one here, which I have already completed, but they want to try a new version of the start menu where the power button and the settings and all the thing are on the side versus, come on, give it a second, here we go, having them down here, right here. And I'm highly against that. I like them perfectly where they are. You know, and then they give you a bunch of instructions explaining it. They even give you screenshots and Windows stuff here, giving it a second to load. I don't know why it's loading so slowly. So, I mean, they'll give you a page and be like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Here's some new stuff. Here's it before. Here's it after. Here's it in action. So you can see that instead of it being here on the side, it's now, I'm sorry, on the bottom, it's now here on the side, you know, and they give you a little animation. So I truthfully like the old version, so I told them to stick with the old version and was not thrown. Here you go. So here would be your new start menu. Here's the old one. I like the old one so much better. That's one of them. So that's 1 quest, and I have already completed it. So what they would do is they would give me a survey. So when you complete the survey and they ask you like 3 or 4 questions about what you thought, what you liked, you know, would you stick with it? Do you like the old version? Do you like the new version? So on and so forth. You complete a quest. And I find this to kind of see what Microsoft's really thinking about, you know, and you get to try out and see new things that Microsoft is thinking of. I mean, I think it's pretty cool to beta test and kind of be on the cutting edge of everything. So, like, here's another one that I've completed. And this one talks about changing the little notification thing down here. So instead of having it like a question mark, it'll be like an icon of, you know, whatever you have in notifications. And again, if you want to compare, you know, they give you a web page that you can go to side by side, so on and so forth. Loading, loading, loading. Here we go. So, you know, they talk about, instead of it being you know, the old way of doing it, but instead of it being on there's a little icon down here, it's now a giant icon. So, I mean, I don't think it's half bad. But it's nothing that makes me go, like, jump up and down. So I guess you can kind of, you know, going through some of the different stuff. Mainly, a lot of the stuff are simple. You just try out this thing and you have to, you know, answer a couple of questions. Some of them are a little more complicated. Like this one here, you actually have to install an app. So if we were to check it out, so check out what's trending on Xbox Live. And if you kind of were beta tested the if you kind of beta tested the Microsoft Windows 10 originally, you know, before it was actually released in the summertime of 2015, you know, they talk about they wanted to have a big thing of trying to connect the Xbox and gaming to Windows 10 itself. So, you know, they talk about this whole thing, go to the store, store, yes. Come on, store, load. There we go. So this one is this Xbox Quest is a little bit more complicated, and you actually do have to install, but it is free, so that's nice. So we're going to click free, and we're going to go working, and it's starting to download. So the other fun thing about this, while we're waiting for this to download, is if you check in your notifications, it will tell you under Windows feedback, you know, Feedback Hub, that you have completed a quest and you have submitted feedback. So that's pretty cool. So, well, yes, we have to wait. So a little more about Quest while we're waiting for this. So we're going to go back to quests. So this one particularly is for, this particular quest is for checking out what's trending on the Xbox Live. You know, and they give you instructions, you know, go and install this here. Click on menu, you know, click on the left menu area. Review the list of popular feeds. Filter down, and they basically give you, and when you're done, you click done, and it'll bring you to a serve day. But more with that in a moment. So it finished installing. Yay! And we're going to click open. The other main thing is you do need to have a Microsoft account to do this. So that's a fun little thing. So waiting for this to load, loading. I don't know why Windows 10 has been kind of running slow on my computer, but who knows. Okay, so they're talking, you know, so let's open up and see what we can get on it with Xbox Live. Load. Here we go. Yay, beta. So we're waiting for the beta to load. And we're going to minimize this. Yes. So, you know, here's a fun little thing you can, so what they basically want you to do is you get to beta test, you know, this new Xbox app that they're trying out. And so on and so forth. So home, you know, they have all the things on the side here. So if we go back to the feedback, they want you to click on left menu areas, click on trending icon. So here we go, we got trending. You're a winner. You know, they talk about screenshots and gaming and so on and so forth. And I don't know why that just flipped me back to this one, but it's being annoying. Here we go, we want more. You know, review of list of popular posts. Filter down to show clips. Bunch of stuff happening on Xbox. Now that is a weird shot. Pokemon! Oh god. So a bunch of pictures, a bunch of stuff, bunch of photos. You know, you can basically, they give you a bunch of things you can check out and check back in a day for new stuff. Okay, so we've done most of this. We've tried the app. Quest completed. So here we go. They're going to give you a survey. Now this one seems to be a much simpler survey. And you basically go, how useful is this app? Now, I'm not really a big Xbox person. I don't own an Xbox. And I'm really not that big of a gamer. I think the most thing I've ever done was play Minecraft. So you know what? It's really not that useful. I mean, I guess for a gamer. So I'm going to give it a 2. I mean, it is kind of a good app. And if you want, you can put a little, how can we make this better? But I'm going to say, submit. And we get to continue using feedback. And then it says, quest completed. So if we look at another quest, and you can see it says, quest completed again. So how about we do, share your memories, and here we go. Okay, so open photos and go into any album. Now they do talk a lot of these do have integration with this thing called Sway, which seems, and here it is because I have it installed and it's slowly but steadily opening. So here we go. It's kind of like a Dropbox integrated with Office. And I do believe it is it's kind of, I guess I don't know if it's replacing OneNote or exactly, but it's kind of, yeah, again, it's kind of like OneNote / Dropbox / Office kind of tied into one little weird thing. I'm going to go back and minimize that. So they want us to open photo. Okay, so here we go. I have 2 random photos that I got from Google off. Now, the other fun, exciting thing is I don't have anything yet. So if we swing back to Feeder Hub, scroll down to the bottom of the album, and click on Tell Your Story with Sway. Once the upload is complete. Okay, so this is even more fun. I don't have Sway, so we can even try import. I don't have a device to import it with. Okay, so we just got out of that. So we can try Sway and insert contacts, insert pictures. I'm not really so thrilled about this new Sway and everything. You know what? I'm not crazy, so I'm not going to give this a super good review. Again, I'm going to give this a 2. And I'm going to say, nah, you know what? How about we just submit it? So there we go. In a couple of minutes, we've just completed about 2 quests. And if we go back to quests, they have new quests, I believe, every day. You know, I think they have like 6 quests on average. And they'll give you new ones to try, new things to do. And you can see I've completed most of them. So I guess the major thing I really like about the Feedback Hub, and mainly being an insider, Windows Insider, is just you get to try new things. I mean, you get to check out new upgrades and things that Microsoft is just not releasing. I guess you can't just to the general public. You just have to become an insider. I mean, you get to tell them that they're either doing a good job or they're doing a bad job with new features, like this start menu here that we talked about earlier. I am highly against that. I think the start menu should be much more simpler, no weird buttons on the side. It should be the same way it was. Actually, if they could make it look more like the way they lined it out in Windows 95, so many people have said the start menu in Windows 95 is so simplistic and easy to use. So if you're listening or watching Microsoft, heed my words. Maybe I might even put up a video about why Windows 95 was such a great operating system, because it was simple and easy to use. There wasn't 20 million buttons. Or you could be like this one about the action button, you know, the little replacement that they want to do with this guy here. Like, I think, you know, that's a good one. Like, that's one that maybe they should invest more time in. So you get to try different things. That's the major thing about the Quest. And I mean, it does take a little bit to update from time to time with some of your badges and so on and so forth. Or your achievements, I should say. The other thing I do want to add is, before we go, is you get to add new feedback. And then you can basically say, I'm having a problem, or a suggestion. And then you can basically give a little description. The main thing you have to remember is select a category, and then select a subcategory that goes along with that with that category. Now, right as of now, I've already suggested that one. I mean, there really isn't much to suggest. So, I mean, if you have an idea, you would basically summarize and give more detail in here, so on and so forth. I mean, it is kind of really nice. You can be like, you're doing a good job, you're doing a bad job. Ooh. Yeah, it doesn't want to... There we go. So, I mean, here's an idea. Here we go. So if let's say I'm not thrilled about this whole, how it changes. I liked it better when it was like an XP, when it was a drop out menu and it popped out. So we can say all apps all app menu should SHOU be a pop. I think it's hype out. All apps should be a pop out. ME. So basically, instead of having it go like that, and it pop here, and you have to select, down, and it pops and it drops down, it would be like an XP where there would be the little arrows and the menu would build and build and build. I know it's kind of hard to describe, but if you want, you can give it I don't think so. And I'm gonna go, you have to select a category, and this is one of the more annoying parts. Apps and games, file folders, online storage, hardware devices. If I remember, yes, start an action center. Performance, notification reminders. And you kind of go here, all apps list. Here we go. I mean, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. If you needed more, I think you would put more. But when you get this, you get your, your selections. You've put your little thing up here. You can go post feedback, and it goes, hey, you've posted feedback, and it takes you. Yep, there we go. Windows 10 submitted 10 Windows feedback. I did? Huh? Isn't that nice? I just submitted 10. So the other thing, like I was talking earlier about with the badges, the journey continues, you know, not earned yet, blah, 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 completed 10 requests. What you need to do sometimes with that is just close, reopen hub, and if you give it a second to load, now granted, this is my personal account, so yours is going to be a little bit different, but here we go. Aha! See all. So now, I got a new badge, because I have, well, in the year, directly a year, in the year that I've been a Windows feedback person, whatever you want to call it, I have submitted 10 Windows feedback posts. So now I've earned this other badge, and the harder they are, I'm sorry, the more stars they are, the harder they are to earn. So I guess that's a general preview mainly of the Feedback Hub, which is the main component of Windows Insider. I highly recommend that you do it, YouTube. So there we go. Bye.